The email came late at night. I sat in my living room, the glow of the computer screen illuminating my face. The subject line read, "Please don't come to my wedding. Watch the live stream if you want." My heart sank. I knew immediately that this was not just a casual request, it was a wall. My daughter, Emily, was telling me she wanted distance, and I felt the familiar sting of rejection. But deep down, I also knew what I had to do. I took a deep breath and began planning, not to force my way in, but to find a way to show up in her life again, even if it started virtually. For years, we had been distant. Misunderstandings, arguments, and pride had kept us apart. But now, with her wedding looming, I realized I had a choice: remain absent or show her, in every possible way, that I was there, that I loved her, that I cared. I sent her a simple message: "I respect your wishes. I'll watch the wedding online, but know I love you, Emily." It wasn't much, but it was a start. Sometimes, showing up doesn't mean breaking walls, it means quietly being present, even from afar. The night of the wedding arrived. I logged into the live stream, my heart racing. Watching her walk down the aisle, seeing her smile, I felt a mix of joy and sorrow. Joy for her happiness, sorrow for the years lost. But I made a decision right then: this would not be the end. I would not let pride or past mistakes dictate the rest of our story. I would find a way back into her life, step by step, moment by moment. After the wedding, I reached out more often, sending small messages, asking about her life, offering support but never pressure. At first, her responses were short, cautious, careful. But slowly, a thread of connection began to form. We talked about small things: her new home, her work, her excitement about starting her own family. And slowly, walls began to crumble. Months passed, and one day, Emily called me. "Mom," she said, "I'm pregnant." My heart leapt. This was new territory, new life, a new chance. I offered my support, not just in words, but in actions. I went to doctor appointments with her, helped set up the nursery, and held her hand through her fears. I realized that being a parent isn't just about the early years, it's about showing up, even after mistakes have been made. One evening, we were sitting on the living room floor, surrounded by baby clothes and toys. Emily looked tired but happy. "Mom," she said softly, "thank you for being here. I wasn't sure if you would come back into my life." "I never left," I replied. "I was always here, even when it didn't look like it." We talked about her childhood, the moments we missed, the miscommunications, the anger, the hurt. And I listened, not defensively, not distracted. I listened like she was the most important person in the world, because she always had been. The day of her baby shower arrived. I had been planning small surprises for weeks, personal touches to show her my love. When she arrived, her eyes softened when she saw me. She walked over and hugged me tightly. "I love you, Mom," she whispered. "I love you too," I replied. That day, surrounded by family and friends, I understood: love cannot be measured by the absence of mistakes. Love is measured by presence, by effort, by willingness to be there even when it's uncomfortable. The nights after the baby's birth were exhausting but magical. I watched Emily navigate the mix of joy and fear of motherhood. One evening, we sat together in the nursery. "I wish we had talked like this sooner," she said. "I feel like we wasted so many years being angry at each other." I shook my head gently. We did the best we could with what we knew at the time. And now we have a chance to start over. From that moment, trust and connection began to flourish. Months passed, and Emily's trust in me grew. We laughed, cried, and built routines together. Sunday dinners, weekly walks, bedtime stories, all became rituals that strengthened our bond. Her husband welcomed me into their lives, helping create a safe, loving environment. Slowly, I became part of their family, not as an outsider but as a mother, grandmother, and friend. One evening, after putting the baby to bed, Emily whispered, "Mom, thank you for not giving up on me. I know it wasn't easy for you either." "I never considered giving up," I said. "Even when it was painful, I always hoped we would get here." Through this journey, I realized love is not about perfection, it's about showing up, listening, forgiving, and being present. As the months turned into a year, ordinary days became extraordinary. First steps, first words, first laughter, I was there for all of them. Emily and I built traditions. Sunday breakfasts, walks, small celebrations. We continued to repair what had been broken, replacing distance with connection, hurt with understanding, and absence with love. Emily shared her fears, challenges, and hopes. I listened and offered guidance. Her trust in me grew stronger, and our bond deepened. Her husband embraced my presence, allowing me to be fully part of their family. Slowly, we became a cohesive unit, loving, supportive, and resilient. We laughed, shared stories, and reflected on the past. Emily expressed gratitude for my perseverance and presence. "Mom, I never realized how strong you had to be," she said. I held her hand. "I did what I had to do, even when it felt impossible. And I never stopped loving you." The quiet moments became proof of the healing power of love and courage. Emily's child grew, and every milestone brought joy. We celebrated birthdays, holidays, and small victories. Emily acknowledged the importance of presence over perfection. We continued to nurture our bond with rituals and routines that strengthen trust, love, and family cohesion. Emily invited me into her parenting decisions, asking for advice and including me fully. Through everyday moments, I realized that showing up consistently mattered more than anything else. Together, we turned ordinary life into a tapestry of love, laughter, and trust. Emily acknowledged the courage it took to rebuild our bond. "Mom, I see now that love is about openness and trust," she said. I nodded. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's showing up anyway. Through our growing connection, past wounds softened, replaced by laughter, care, and meaningful traditions. We spent afternoons playing, reading, and talking. Emily shared hopes for the future and for our family. The baby's milestones reminded us of the joy and resilience that comes from showing up consistently, with love and patience. Trust, once fragile, had grown into a solid foundation. We established new routines and celebrations. Sunday walks, story time, and quiet family evenings became a source of connection and healing. Her husband supported every step, making sure I was included and valued. Slowly, we transformed our fractured family into a strong, loving unit. Emily reflected on the journey. "Mom, love is stronger than any mistake, any distance, any silence." I agreed. Love waits for courage, for presence, for the choice to keep showing up. Together, we celebrated ordinary moments that had extraordinary meaning, building a family grounded in resilience and care. Years passed, and our family became whole. Emily, her husband, and their child created a home filled with laughter, trust, and connection. Emily hugged me tightly one evening. "Mom, thank you for never giving up on me. For showing me that love heals. I will always be here," I whispered. Always. Our story, once fractured, had become a testament to the power of courage, presence, and love. Showing up had changed everything.